Yes. Okay. Good morning. In our last class, we were discussing about Bohr's atomic model, and I have told you Bohr's atomic model introduces the idea of stationary orbits. Rutherford had told that an atom consists of central positively charged region called as nucleus, and electrons revolve around this nucleus in all possible circular orbits. Bohr disagree with this statement made by Rutherford. He says an atom consists of central positively charged core called nucleus. An atom has a central positively charged core called as nucleus, and electrons revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. Bohr says electron cannot revolve in all possible orbits. Instead, electrons can revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. In these stationary orbits, electrons do not radiate any energy. Stationary orbits are those orbits in which electrons do not radiate any energy. Such orbits are called as stationary orbits. So, this is the idea proposed by Bohr. So, we'll try to quickly recall the first two postulates of Bohr's atom model. According to Bohr, the electrons revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. And he says electrons do not radiate any energy in these stationary orbits. See, this was an important idea because according to Rutherford's atom model, when an electron is revolving around, according to Rutherford's atom model, whenever an electron is revolving around the nucleus, this electron will be under the acceleration. This electron will have centripetal acceleration. And according to classical electromagnetic theory, an accelerated charged particle must continuously radiate energy in the form of light. Because this electron is continuously radiating energy, its own energy goes on decreasing, and as a result, this electron follows spiral path and eventually falls into the nucleus. That means the destruction of atomic structure. So, an atom as proposed by Rutherford cannot exist. An atom according to Rutherford's model will be totally unstable. To explain the stability of an atom, Bohr said electrons revolve around the nucleus. This is true. Bohr agrees with the fact that electrons revolve around the nucleus, but he says electrons cannot revolve in all possible orbits as told by Rutherford. Rutherford ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ electrons ಯಾವ orbit ನಾಗ ಬೇಕೋ orbit ನಾಗ ತಿರುಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Instead, electrons can revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. Electrons can revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as stationary orbits. And whenever an electron is revolving in such stationary orbit, it is not going to radiate any energy. An electron revolving in the stationary orbit do not radiate any energy. Then, is there any possibility that electron follows a spiral path and falls into the nucleus? If the electron is not radiating any energy, is there any possibility that the electron follows a spiral path and eventually falls into the nucleus? ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇವಾಗ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ನಾಗ ಬೀಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Can the electron follow spiral path and fall into the nucleus? No. So with this idea of a stationary orbit, Bohr could explain the stability of an atom. Bohr could account for the stability of an atom. After describing or after defining what is stationary orbit, Bohr also says which orbit can be called as the stationary orbit. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಹ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು ಇದೇ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬೋರ್, the angular momentum of an electron, the angular momentum of an electron in the stationary orbit is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi, where h is called Planck's constant. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ h by 2 pi ಆಗಿರ್ತದೋ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್. Can you tell me what happens if you find an electron in an orbit other than stationary orbit? What happens if you find an electron in an orbit other than stationary orbit? Stationary orbit bittu bare board is blur. Okay. Can you tell me what happens if you find an electron in an orbit other than stationary orbit? Stationary orbit ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? It radiates energy. Very good. What happens if the electron radiates energy? Very good. If you can find an electron in an orbit other than stationary orbit, we know that this electron is going to radiate energy. If it radiates energy, we know the electron follows spiral path and eventually falls into the nucleus. That means the destruction of atomic structure. Hagadre, in an atom, can you find any electron in an orbit other than stationary orbit? Can you find an electron in an orbit other than stationary orbit? Stationary orbit bittu bare yavadadru orbits olaga electron irlik possibility ada? Very good. Hagadre, atom ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂತ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್? What kind of orbits are present in an atom? What kind of orbits are present in an atom? All the orbits in which the electron revolves are the all the orbits in which an electron revolves are the stationary orbits. This is an important idea that was proposed in Bohr's atomic model. Anyhow, so Bohr says which orbits can be called as stationary orbits. The angular momentum of an electron in the stationary orbit is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. Angular momentum is measured as mvr, where m is mass of electron, v is orbital velocity of electron, and r is the radius of electron orbit. Angular momentum of electron should be an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. So stationary orbits are those orbits in which the angular momentum of electron is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ h/2 pi ಆಗಿರ್ತದೋ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. I have told you, suppose if this is an atom and here is a nucleus. This is an electron orbit. Here is an electron. What I do is I measure the angular momentum of this electron, and the angular momentum of the electron comes out to be 11h/2 pi. Angular momentum of the electron in this orbit is suppose 11h/2 pi. Can I conclude that this orbit is a stationary orbit? Can I conclude that this orbit is a stationary orbit? Angular momentum is observed to be 11 into h/2 pi. Can we say this orbit is a stationary orbit? Yes. So, ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ h/2 pi ಇರ್ತದೋ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು. This is the second postulate, and this is known as Bohr's quantization rule. Bohr's quantization rule. MVR is equals to n into h/2 pi is called as Bohr's quantization rule. Here, n can take the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. N is a non-zero integer. N cannot take the value 0. Remember this. N must be a non-zero integer. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. These are the possible values of n. Actually, n here represents principal quantum number. N here represents principal quantum number. Equation again, MVR is equals to n into h/2 pi adala. N actually represents principal quantum number, and we know principal quantum number is a non-zero integer. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು integer ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿವಿ ಆಗಲೇ. Principal quantum number is a non-zero integer, and we know principal quantum number actually indicates the number of the orbit. Number of the orbit. ಈಗ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ what will be the angular momentum of the electron in the first orbit? First orbit ನಾಗೆ electron angular momentum ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ MVR is equals to 1 into h/2 pi ಇರ್ತದೆ. In the second orbit, the angular momentum of the electron will be 2 into h/2 pi. In the third orbit, it will be 3 into h/2 pi, and so on. This is called Bohr's quantization rule. So, with this idea of Bohr's quantization rule, we'll try to understand when electron emits energy. Then, see, according to Rutherford's atom model, an accelerated charged particle should continuously radiate energy and eventually fall into the nucleus. But what Bohr said electrons revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits called as a stationary orbit, and in these orbits electrons do not radiate any energy. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ತಿರುಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ವೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ? ಈಗ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ತಿರುಗಬೇಕಾದಾಗಂತೂ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ವೆನ್ ಡಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ? ಯಾವಾಗ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ Bohr says when an electron jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of photon. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಬೋರ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಜಂಪ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಎ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ತಿರುಗಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೀಡ್ electron emits energy when it jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit. When electron jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of photon and certain. We know what is photon. Photon is nothing but light. So whenever electron makes a transition from its higher orbit to a lower orbit, this electron is going to emit energy in the form of light. That can be shown here. Suppose this is an atom, this is nucleus. Let us suppose this is the higher orbit and this is the lower orbit. Now the electron is in the higher orbit. When this electron jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit, this electron emits energy in the form of light. So I hope this third postulate is clear. Must be able to answer when an electron emits energy. Electron emits energy only when it jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit. Is this idea clear? Third postulate clear? Electron yavaga energy na emit ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Electron do not emit any energy when it is revolving around the nucleus. Instead, electron emits energy only when it jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ what amount of energy is emitted? We know that whenever an electron jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit, it emits energy. Then what amount of energy is emitted? ಎಷ್ಟು energy emit ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Suppose now the electron is in the higher orbit. ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ let us suppose minus 3.4 electron volt. Let us suppose the energy of the electron in the higher orbit is minus 3.4 electron volt. Can you tell me what does this negative sign signify? Electron the energy negative ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Energy of the electron in the higher orbit is minus 3.4 electron volt. Can you tell me what does this negative sign signify? Then for the negative sign significance ಹೇಳೀನಿ. I told you the significance of negative sign. Very good. Electron is bound to the nucleus. Very good. Okay. Let us suppose the electron is now in the higher orbit and its energy is minus 3.4 electron volt. Let us suppose this is a lower orbit. This is lower orbit. Okay. For the electron to be in this lower orbit, ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಎನರ್ಜಿ minus 13.6 electron volt ಇರಬೇಕು. For the electron to be in this orbit, ಈ lower orbit ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it must possess an energy equal to minus 13.6 electron volt. Okay. So we will now try to understand what amount of energy will be emitted when an electron jumps from higher orbit to lower orbit. Let us suppose the energy of the electron in the higher orbit is E2. Energy of the electron in higher orbit is E2 and the energy of the electron in lower orbit is E1. When the electron is in higher orbit, its energy is E2, and when the electron comes to the lower orbit, let us suppose its energy is E1. When an electron jumps from higher orbit to lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of photon. It emits energy in the form of photon. Photon is nothing but light. The energy of the photon so emitted, energy of the photon so emitted is equal to, ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಈ ಲೈಟ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟಾನ್, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫೋಟಾನ್ ಸೋ ಎಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು difference in energies between higher and the lower orbits. Higher and the lower orbits. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಈ photon's energy ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the energy of the photon emitted will be exactly equal to the difference in energies between higher and the lower orbits. Energy of photon is generally represented by h nu. Energy of the photon is equal to difference in energies between higher and the lower orbits ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. For instance, let us suppose energy of the electron in the higher orbit is 10 joule. See, these are some random values or arbitrary values for the sake of understanding. Okay. ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗದೋ ಆವಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ 10 ಜೌಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ 10 ಜೌಲ್. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ದಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸೆಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 3 ಜೌಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಈಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಅದೇ. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 10 ಜೌಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ 3 ಜೌಲ್. 10 ಜೌಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಬರೀ 3 ಜೌಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. 10 ಜೌಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಉಳಿದು ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Yes. I was telling you, for an electron to jump from higher orbit to lower orbit, it must radiate an energy which is exactly equal to the difference in energies between the higher and the lower orbit. Suppose an electron is in the higher orbit. When the electron is in the higher orbit, its energy is 10 joule. If this electron has to come to the lower orbit, this electron must only possess an energy of 3 joule. 10 joule idre electron lower orbit barala. 10 joule idre electron will remain in the higher orbit itself. For this electron to jump from higher orbit to lower orbit, it must lose some energy. Can you tell me what amount of energy is to be lost by this electron? For this electron to jump from higher to lower orbit, can you tell me what amount of energy is to be lost by that electron? ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಬರೀ 3 ಜೌಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ 10 joules of energy. For this electron to come to the lower orbit, it must possess only 3 joules of energy. 10 joule idre baralla. Hagadre what amount of energy must be lost by? Very good, 7 joules. Hack kalkaltade. How does this electron lose that 7 joules of energy? No, very good. You said electron, if it loses 7 joules of energy, it comes to the lower orbit. How does it lose? How does it lose its energy? In what form it loses its energy? In what form it loses its energy? ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಾಗ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? Very good. This electron have the tendency to jump from higher orbit to lower orbit. But for this electron to jump from higher orbit to lower orbit, it must lose some energy. What amount of energy is to be lost? Antandre 7 joules of energy is to be lost. So what this electron does is, this electron jump from higher orbit to lower orbit by losing 7 joules of energy in the form of light. If it loses 7 joules of energy in the form of light, this electron will now be left out only with 3 joules of energy, and with this 3 joules of energy, the electron can revolve around the nucleus in the lower orbit. Okay. Andre, my point is, every orbit has fixed energies. Every stationary orbit has fixed energies. Lower orbit na tirugbeku antandre 3 joule irbeku fixed. Higher orbit nage second higher orbit, first higher orbit 10 joules irbeku. Second higher orbit 12 joule. Next higher orbit 15 joule. The energy of the electron in an orbit is fixed. Electron have got fixed energies in particular orbits. This must be remembered. E orbit na tirugbeku antandre electron must possess only 3 joules of energy. 10 joule is 3 orbit na tirugala. If the electron possesses 10 joules of energy, it will revolve in the higher orbit. If it possesses 12 joules of energy, it may revolve in next higher orbit, and so on. This is the idea proposed by Bohr. So according to the Bohr's third postulate, whenever an electron jumps from higher orbit to lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of light. What is the amount of energy emitted? ಎಷ್ಟು energy emit ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು energy emit ಆಯ್ತು? 7 joule. ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ? 7 joule ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? The energy of the light emitted or energy of the photon emitted is equal to difference in energies between higher and lower orbit. Correct ಅಲ್ಲ? Higher orbit ನಾಗ electron energy 10 joule ಇತ್ತು, lower orbit ನಾಗ 3 joule ಇತ್ತು. ಅವೆರಡರದ್ದು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. 10 minus 7, sorry, 10 minus 3, 7 joule. This amount of energy is emitted. That is what is written. The energy of the photon emitted is equal to difference in energies between higher and the lower orbit. Photon energy dual nature na again, energy of photon is h nu. Energy of photon is h nu. This h nu will be equal to E2 minus E1. And from this we can write frequency of the radiation emitted. Illi light en emit aaytala. Ee light du frequency ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ nu is equals to E2 minus E1 divided by h. This will be the frequency of the light emitted. Nodri, we can even calculate the frequency of the light emitted. Then light emit ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, whenever electron jumps from higher orbit to lower orbit. What is the frequency of the light emitted? That can be calculated. Nu is equals to E2 minus E1 divided by h. This is called Bohr's frequency condition. This is called Bohr's frequency condition. This is called Bohr's frequency condition. Nu is equals to E2 minus E1 divided by h. So this is all regarding Bohr's third postulate. With this, try to answer this question with this idea of third postulate. Try to answer this question. Suppose here is the nucleus. This is the first orbit. This is the second orbit. The energy of the electron in the second orbit is, say, 13.6 electron volt. I am just ignoring the negative signs. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ we take into account the negative signs and we'll evaluate. I just need you to understand how to calculate the energy of the photon emitted. Okay. Let us suppose let this be. Okay. Now the electron is revolving in the higher orbit. In the higher orbit, let us suppose the energy of the electron is 15 joule. See, these are the arbitrary values, right? Energy of the electron in the higher orbit is 15 joule. For this electron to jump to lower orbit, it must possess only 10 joules of energy. Can you tell me what amount of energy must be radiated out? Can you tell me what amount of energy must be radiated out? The amount of energy that should be radiated out should be equal to difference in energies between higher and the lower orbit. Higher orbit nag nodri energy E2 15 joule ade, and energy in the first orbit or lower orbit is 10 joule. So this will be 5 joule. So in jumping from higher orbit to lower orbit, the electron must radiate an energy equal to 5 joule. This is all regarding Bohr's atom model. So according to Bohr's atom model, electrons can revolve only in certain permitted orbits called as the stationary orbits. In stationary orbits, electrons do not radiate any energy. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಿರುಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. Second thing is that the stationary orbits are those orbits in which angular momentum of electron is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. Okay, that must be remembered. mvr is equals to n into h by 2 pi. That is called Bohr's quantization rule. And in the third postulate, Bohr says, when can an electron emit energy? Electron can emit energy only when it jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit. And what amount of energy will be radiated? Even that is said in third postulate. The energy of the photon emitted will be equal to difference in energies between higher and the lower orbit. ಯಾವ orbit ಇಂದ ಯಾವ orbit ಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. higher orbit ನಾಗ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು? say if it is 20 joules. lower orbit ನಾಗ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟದೆ? 10 joules. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ what will be the energy of the light emitted out? higher orbit ನಾಗ 20 joule ಇತ್ತು, lower orbit ನಾಗ 10 joule ಇತ್ತು. What should be the amount of energy radiated out? What should be the amount of energy radiated out? Very good, 10 joules. So this is regarding the Bohr's atom model. I hope Bohr's atom model is clear. Bohr's atom model ಒಳಗೆ three things become important. One is the idea of stationary orbits. Stationary orbits. First postulate ಇದನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, stationary orbits ಬಗ್ಗೆ. Second postulate, quantization rule ಬರೀಬೇಕು, Bohr's quantization rule. mvr is equals to n into h by 2 pi. And in the third postulate, you need to write what amount of energy will be radiated out when electron jumps from higher orbit to lower orbit. h nu is equals to E2 minus E1. This is regarding Bohr's atom model. Bohr's atom model ಏನನ್ನ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಅವ? Bohr's atom model ಡೌಟ್ ಅದ ಏನಾದ್ರು? Bohr's atom model. Okay then. So this is all regarding the Bohr's atom model. Okay. Fine then. ಇದಿಷ್ಟಿರ್ಲಿ. We'll now just have a brief introduction regarding ray optics, and we will continue our discussion of ray optics in our next class. So just give you a brief introduction regarding ray optics. Atoms Bohr's model ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next derivations ಅವೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾಳೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. We'll have to derive an expression for radius of electron orbit, total energy of electron in the nth orbit, and so on. Atomic spectra dinna. We have still 3 or more concepts to be studied in atoms. How to study them? We'll continue them in our next classes. Now we will have a brief introduction regarding ray optics. Okay. ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? Bohr's atom model ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರಾಗೆ? Bohr's atom model ನಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ this is one of the most important point that is to be remembered. Next ಎರಡು derivation ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ we will be making use of this rule. mvr is equals to n into h by 2 pi. This is called Bohr's quantization rule. Okay. Okay. Fine. I'll end this session and I'll send you the link again. Join me for another 10 minutes.